Okay, guys, so we're in our new morning meeting room. Chapter 7, Life in the Concentration Camp. As time went on, hundreds more concentration camps were built for prisoners of the Nazis. At every camp, as soon as prisoners arrived, men and older boys were separated from women and older girls. Look, boys and men, girls and women. Generally, young children weren't held in these camps. They were too small to work. Often they were left behind in towns or ghetto, basically orphaned. Once inside, but it doesn't mean that kids weren't here. It's that it wasn't common, okay? Once inside, prisoners were given a striped uniform. Men wore a jacket, pants, and a cap, a hat, and wooden shoes. Women were given striped skirts and tops, a shirt. Every prisoner had a number at the top of their shirt. No names were ever used. At Auschwitz and some other camps, the number was tattooed onto a prisoner's arm. See the number?
Oh, yeah.
On their arm. Here's a picture of what their outfits look like. See? It looks the same. See? And you can, if you look real close, you can see the Jewish star. Look real close, you can see the Jewish star and the number. You have to look real super duper close. It's hard to see. We'll look at it later, okay? Next, everyone's heads were shaved. Look, is there hair?
No.
No hair. Oh, gosh. And they have no noses. Sorry. And the girl has no ears. Sorry. Okay. We all looked alike, said one survivor. Rich, poor, young, old, we shared the same fate. The Nazis did this for two reasons. They wanted to make prisoners feel less like human. They also used the hair to make cloth and thread for uniforms and other items. So they kept their hair to make uniforms. That's gross. They shave off all their hair. Look, they have no hair. And they put it in big, big piles. And they use their hair to make clothes. I know. All prisoners had to work. Those sent to coal mines lasted only about a month. They died from sickness and exhaustion. In factories, if Nazi guards thought the prisoners were working too slowly, they shot them. Every camp had a Nazi commander. At the Plazow camp in Poland, Amon Goeth was said to shoot Jews for sport from his balcony. Otto Reimer at Matheson in Austria gave cigarettes and extra vacation time to guards who killed the most prisoners. So were the Nazis good guys or bad guys? Bad guys. They were shooting people just because they thought it was fun. Is that nice? No.
It's not a toy.
Right. People are not toys. They should have a life and be able to do whatever they want as long as they're following the rules. Yeah, they were laughing at them and they thought it was fun to kill them. They thought it was fun to be bad guys. Yes.
Did they laugh?
Yes. Because did they think of them as human beings?
No.
No. Did they think that their life was important?
No.
No.
It's dangerous.
Did they have them lay on their brother?
Yeah, because remember that there wasn't enough room. Remember the video that we saw? The bed was made for one person, but at one point, 4 people had to lay in one bed. So were they comfortable? No. Oh, here we're getting to that page. There we go. We watched some videos about this. All camps had terrible condition. Bunk beds were stacked side by side, one on top of the other, with 2 or 3 to a bed, sometimes more. Hundreds of prisoners used one bathroom with only a few faucets. Toilets were long slabs of wood or concrete with dozens of holes cut out for seats. Prisoners had no clean water or soap or changes of clothes.
Oh.
So were they clean or dirty?
Dirty.
Sometimes or all the time? All the time. Did they want to be dirty? No, they did not want to be dirty.
Or take a shower.
They couldn't wash hands or take showers, right? They had long, kind of like a horse trough. They couldn't go to the bathroom in privacy. There was no door, so they would poop and pee in front of the people they were with.
Did they leave their pants on?
Well, no, they took their pants off, but was there toilet paper?
No. Or is it in flat like me? Is it?
Yeah, when you get really dirty, it just clumps on, and then you have to scrub it off. But did they have showers?
No.
Usually prisoners woke at 4 a.m. Breakfast was watery soup, coffee, and a piece of bread. Oh, so I was wrong. This is 3 times a day.
When we die, are we gonna have to?
Well, let's finish reading. Let's finish reading. So usually breakfast was watery soup, coffee, and a piece of bread. After everyone lined up for roll call, thousands of prisoners stood outside in rows. It took hours. In Poland, winter temperatures were always below freezing. If prisoners had died during the night, their bodies were brought outside too. Everyone needed to be counted. Oh, that's just awful. Hold on. People were dying in the bunk beds. People were dying where they lived. People were dying everywhere. They were dying out in the camp. They were dying in where they were sleeping.
Was they pooping names down or up?
Down. Next, the prisoners went off in work teams. In some camps, prison orchestras played music as the workers marched outside. Many camps had a sign that says, "Work will set you free." Nothing was further from the truth. Do you think that the Nazis wanted to let the Jewish people out? No. Do you think that they were ever going to let them go free? No. So were they telling the truth or were they lying to them?
Lying.
Yeah. At the quarry mine or construction site, workers had to run as they carried heavy loads. Otherwise, they would be shot. But did they eat enough food to be able to run?
No.
Were they strong enough?
No.
There was a lunch break, a soup again. After 12 to 14 hours, they marched back to camp. Then came evening, roll call, followed by soup. The next day, it started all over again. Do you think that the soup was like chicken noodle or big chunks of meat and vegetables?
No. Miss Sarah.
Yes.
What if they washed themselves in the toilet?
But there wasn't a real toilet, remember? It was just a hole in the ground. A hole in the concrete and the wood. Okay? In spite of how they were treated, prisoners tried to keep a sense of their own dignity and humanity. Some wrote stories and poems. They painted and drew. Some even held religious ceremonies in secret. Still, their old lives seemed like an impossible dream. All right, so were they happy or sad? Sad. And yeah, probably super scared. All right, so life in the concentration camps. We saw a video about this. Was it good or bad? Bad. We saw a video on Dachau, and it was bad. All right, we'll watch the video again, yes. And what did it say above the doors to the concentration camp? Work will set you. Was that the truth?
No.
No. Were boys and girls together or separate?
Separate.
Separate. Did they have hair or no hair?
No.
No hair. What did they do with the hair?
This is off.
They shaved it off.
Use clothes.
They used it to make clothes.
How do they do that?
And did they have names?
No.
No, they only had numbers, and they had them on their jacket, and some were tattooed on their arm. So the jobs were coal miners, factory, construction. Did they live for a long time?
No.
No. Did they come home from the coal mines?
No.
No, they died. And how long of a day did they work? 14 hours. And they had soup for breakfast, maybe a piece of bread, and soup for lunch. Do you think that was enough?
No.
Could you guys go a full day if you just had soup? No. You have soup when you're sick, and when you're sick, do you have energy?
No.
No. And do you think that the Jewish people, when they were in the concentration camp, do you think that they were healthy?
No.
Mm-mm.
It's not about spicy.
Right?
Food.
Yeah.
Did their hair grow back?
I don't think that their hair grew back. If your hair grows back if you're healthy, if you have enough nutrition, right? Did they have enough nutrition?
No.
So maybe a little bit of hair grew back, maybe sometimes, but do you think the Nazis let them keep hair?
No.
So what did they probably do? Shaved it if they were alive long enough to get it shaved again. All right, but did they try to make themselves happy?
No.
Did the Jewish people try to make themselves happy?
Yes.
Yes. I'm sure that they weren't very happy, but they tried. They drew pictures. They sang songs. They had religious ceremonies. All right. Bye, guys.